We're actually starting out at a gas station right now, and gas here, $2.69.9 per gallon for regular and $3.99.9 for diesel. Just a local gas station report, I guess. There goes a lifted Tundra. Nice. So let's take off, get going for a little cruise here. And by the way, before I forget, happy Thanksgiving to anybody watching. Thanksgiving, of course, is what, 2 days from now, I believe. So I hope everybody gets the chance to stuff themselves full of turkey, except for those that don't like turkey. And who doesn't like turkey? I mean, isn't it an American thing to like turkey? I don't know. Although I realize we probably don't have all people from the US on here, but still, especially if you're watching this later, it will be up on the channel recorded. So, excuse me, what I'm doing, decided to take the Tacoma for a bit of a cruise. It's a very overcast, cloudy, crappy day out here. So what better day to jump in the Tacoma and go for a ride, right? And there's one thing that I wanted to talk about that I keep thinking about this, and that is what is going on with the new Tacoma, the 2024. You know, I look back because I was curious as to when Toyota typically announces or releases pricing on the next model years, or maybe redesigns or whatever for the Tacoma. This would be the next model years, I guess. You know, pricing and options and all that stuff. And what I found was it's typically about mid-October or so, something like that. And obviously we're past mid-October. I mean, we're past mid-July, or mid-November now. And we still don't know anything more than what we knew, I don't know, 4 months ago. You know, I did get a pricing leak, I guess, or pricing information that I put out. But since that's out there, and surely Toyota knows that the information has been out there. I mean, I'm sure they're well aware of my channel, you know, right? But anyway, I can't be the only one. And since that information is out there, I would think Toyota would go ahead and release it. Why not release it? You know, they did that before. Somebody, I think multiple people, were leaking pictures and things of the new Tacoma, and shortly after that, Toyota went ahead and released everything themselves, probably because someone stole their thunder, you know. I think it's going to be any day now. I would suspect maybe Toyota's going to do it on Thanksgiving Day. I mean, wouldn't that be a good time to release everything? Because people are stuffed full of turkeys, sitting around, jumping on the web. You know, I would think maybe that'd be a good time to do it, and maybe that's what Toyota's going to do. What do you guys think? Do you think Toyota is just waiting for Thanksgiving to get here so they can go ahead and get all the official numbers and options and all that stuff out there? You know, I have heard a couple of theories as to why they haven't done it. The latest one I've heard is that they have so many 2023 Tacomas that they're trying to sell all of those out before they actually release the information, the official information on the 2024. Now, if you've been in the market for a 2023, a third-gen Tacoma, then I would say you probably would disagree with that, as do I. I do not think that Toyota is holding off anything because of the 2023s. They're hard to get. I've been to the dealership lot, you know, a couple weeks or a week ago, whatever. We took a trip to the lot, and they aren't getting hardly anything in. Hey, Mr. Rob, it's your Toyota guy. Hey, Chris, what's up, buddy? Have you got any more juicy details for me? I would love to know more, man. And when, give us a date. For the 10 people that are on here, including you, it will post up after the video, though, so hopefully more people will watch. Title it, can you give me an official release date for the Toyota Tacoma? Do you? Sorry, we seem to be in a bad cell area, so hopefully it doesn't keep cutting out. I'm assuming it's cutting out for you guys because it cut out for me. So we're gonna head back towards more population, and maybe the signal will stay in. It's also a cloudy, nasty day. That might have something to do with cell signal. I don't know. We are operating solely on cell signal now. I'm not obviously running off of Wi-Fi because I'm nowhere near Wi-Fi. But anyway, Chris, if you happen to have that info, Ready December 23rd, 1,700 Tacomas will be allocated. Awesome. There you go. So ready December 23rd, 17 allocated Toyota Tacomas. You heard it here first. Now, I'm going to retitle the video. So if you were wondering, there you go. There's the information. 1,700 available. That means that Toyota is building them, SRs and SR5s. So there you go. There's the models that will be available. So if anybody out there has ponied up the money in the form of a deposit, and I hope you didn't, I really hope you didn't, but if you did, it's okay. But I hope you didn't put down any more than, you know, 100 to 500 bucks, something like that, because you just shouldn't have to. You know, recently I was looking at Jeeps. I have an urge for another Jeep, this time a Wrangler two-door manual transmission, building one. And all the Jeep requires is 100 bucks. You put down 100 bucks and they will supposedly, I haven't ordered one or anything, but supposedly slot that thing into production, and you can have yourself a new Jeep. Text you later. Thanks, Chris. I really do appreciate it, by the way. I don't know if you saw the video on the pricing, but man, I have to say that was probably my best performing video ever, at least to date. We'll see if it gets legs. And the thing about putting out a video like that with all the pricing, by the way, if you folks haven't seen that yet, I have a video on the pricing of the new Tacoma, what it's going to cost you when it comes out as compared to the previous model, Gen 3, if you will. So if you want to check that out, it's maybe 3 or 4 videos back on the channel, something like that. I will try to remember to link it down below if I don't forget. But now I'm excited about this 1,700 December 2023 allocation date. And what does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means to me. When trucks are allocated, that means that they have been earmarked for specific dealers and they're going to go out. So the dealers will get a list of these trucks. 1,700 is not very many considering all of the dealerships all over the country, but they will get a list of all of the Tacomas that are going to be heading their way, and then they can offer them to customers. Now, if you're one of those folks that's put down a deposit, I am assuming, you know what happens when you do that, right? I am assuming that you will get first dibs. In other words, as soon as the dealer gets that list, they're going to be on the phone calling the people that have put down money and asking them if they want these trucks. They're going to run through that list first, and then they're going to start offering them to the general public. Now, given the interest in the comments and things that I've gotten on the channel, it seems to me that there has been a lot of interest in the form of people putting deposits down for the new Tacoma. So I can't imagine, excuse me, that there's going to be a very big number of the 2024 Tacomas that are allocated available for anybody other than those that have put down deposits on them. What's going to be very interesting for me to see is what kind of market adjustments are these dealerships going to be asking for? And then for those of you that have put down deposits on these trucks, are they going to offer them to you at MSRP, or are they going to try to squeeze you for a little bit more money in the form of aftermarket adjustments, because they will be the first allocated 2024 Tacomas that are coming out? That's what I want to know. And by the way, if you happen to be on here or see this later, and you're one of those people that have put down a deposit, now that we know there's going to be 1,700 allocated at the end of, or in December rather, you probably ought to be on the phone getting a hold of your dealer and tell them, RobMotive said, I'll own up to it, tell them RobMotive said that there are 1,700 trucks, Tacomas, allocated to dealerships, of course, throughout the country, and you want to know what's coming to them. According to Chris, it's going to be SRs and SR5s, and whether or not you're going to be able to put your hands on one of those. That's the key part. That's the important part. That's what I would be doing if I had put a deposit down on one of these trucks. I'd be trying to make sure that I get that phone call as soon as the dealership gets that allocation list. Granted, 1,700, not very many. So you can bet that if you're in a higher volume, I'm guessing they're only going to go to higher volume dealerships. I mean, they're not going to send out allocated new redesigned Tacomas to the smaller dealerships. I would be shocked. For me, it'll be interesting to see, since I live in truck country. I mean, I'm in Texas, man, and trucks, pickup trucks, Tacomas particularly, are big time down here. You see them everywhere. I mean, I'm driving through a neighborhood right now and I've seen 2 or 3 already, and they're not even driving on the road. These are at people's homes. There's a magnetic gray metallic right up here on the right. And like I said, I drove by 2 or 3 other ones just cruising through this neighborhood. So that's what I would do. I would get a hold of your dealer, tell them RobMotive said there's 1,700 allocated Tacomas coming out. Where am I on that list? And is one of those going to be mine? And make sure you ask them whether or not you're going to be expected to pay any kind of a market adjustment. And watch out, market adjustment can mean a couple of different things. One, which is the worst case, is that they just tack money onto the price and you get absolutely nothing for it except the honor of buying one of the first trucks out there. And 2, they start adding aftermarket accessories to it, trying to justify. Sent you news break from my Toyota guy to your Instagram. Awesome. I'll check it out, Chris. Thank you very much. But anyway, number 2 is that they start adding aftermarket parts and things that obviously they're going to charge more money for, but at least you get something for that, right? I would much rather, if I have to pay some sort of extra money above MSRP for the new Tacoma, I would much prefer that I get something for it, like steps, even though I take them off, but I can sell them. Tonneau cover. Who knows, maybe an extended warranty if you're into that. I would never buy an extended warranty, but hey, if you're into that kind of thing and it makes you feel more secure, more comfortable, then why not? Anyway, late breaking news. There you have it. So I'm curious, for those that are on and those that see this later, have you put a deposit down? And are you interested in buying the new Tacoma? One of the biggest complaints about it that still persists is, of course, the twin, or not the twin, it's a single turbo 4-cylinder. I don't know. I'm going to have to drive one myself. When I first heard about the new Tacoma, I was going to go ahead and see if I couldn't put my hands on one sight unseen. In other words, try to reserve one myself from the dealership. I believe Toyota may be having difficulties in production. That's possible. It's certainly possible. I have heard that as one of the rumors flying around out there myself. I don't know. Other than part shortages, I mean, they've already built, I've heard, I don't know, it was like 60 or 70, I think it was 70 mules, 70 test trucks or pre-production trucks. So they've already done that. 70 is a pretty good size number. I would think they are, there's a Tacoma right there driving down through another neighborhood. We'll see if they wave. Let's see if they do. They did not wave at me. Can you believe that? There's that no wave business from the other Tacoma owners. It's not like the Jeeps. Everybody in a Jeep waves at you. I don't know what it is with Tacoma owners where we don't do that. We need to start doing that, waving to each other when you see somebody else on the road. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here. 15 minutes is what I promised. 15 minutes is what I'm going to do. By the way, I'm kind of backing up, trying to line my truck up with the edge of the road here. And I have to say, one of the mods that I have in this truck that I use most frequently, strange as it is, are those little round mirrors that I put on the bigger side mirrors so that I can see where the tire is. And man, is that helpful when I'm backing in or parallel parking in an area like this. 15 minutes is up. Thanks to everybody for watching. Stay tuned. We'll have more information coming. Have a great Thanksgiving. Bye.